Today our topic is phrases. What is the role of phrase in a sentence and how phrases are formed? Definition. Grammatical phrases are groups of two or more words that work together to perform a single grammatical function in a sentence. They are formed from two or more words, but they perform a single grammatical function in a sentence. Unlike clauses, phrases do not contain both a subject and a predicate, although they sometimes function as one or the other. No phrases are from the parts of speech. Most of the parts of speech can be made into phrases by adding information that is directly associated with them. Now, we will look at a breakdown of each type of phrase that is formed from a part of speech, including some examples of the various types of phrases and how each functions in a sentence. Now, we will describe first of all noun phrases. A noun phrase consists of a noun plus any determiners or modifiers directly related to it. Noun phrases always have the grammatical function of nouns in a sentence. Now, examples of noun phrases. A book. A book is a made by determiner A plus noun book. I found a book I would like to read. No, it become from a determiner A and from noun book. Her sweetly smiling child. Her sweetly smiling child. Determiner her plus adverb sweetly plus adjective present participle smiling plus noun child. She gazed lovingly at her sweetly smiling child. The red car. Determiner the plus adjective red plus noun car. The red car belongs to me. Verb phrases. A verb phrase can either be made up of an auxiliary verb and its main verb, or a verb plus any modifiers, objects, or complements. Verb phrases are used to form perfect or continuous verb tenses to express modality or as part or all of the predicate. Now, verb phrase example. Am running. Auxiliary verb am plus present participle running. How they appear in a sentence. I am running late forms the present continuous tense. Have completed. Auxiliary verb have plus past participle completed. They have completed work on the building forms the present perfect tense. Quickly run to the bus. Adverb quickly plus run verb plus prepositional phrase to the bus. She quickly ran to the bus forms the predicate. Plays the trombone. Verb plays plus object the trombone. My brother plays the trombone forms the predicate. Now there is a notes on verb phrases. There are two different definitions of what constitutes a verb phrase. In traditional grammar, a verb phrase is made up of an auxiliary verb plus the main verb as that follow it. For example, we were running late. I have been learning Arabic. They will call you tomorrow. These are the examples of phrases which are formed with verb plus auxiliary verb. They will call you tomorrow. More modern theories of grammar, it is also noted how define verb phrases as being any main verb or combination of main and auxiliary verb in a clause plus its constituent parts. That is any modifiers or objects that complete its meaning. These verb phrases are, according to this definition, what forms or adds to the predicate of a sentence. Now, for example, my brother is running late for school again. Now you can see there is a linking verb is plus running. It is a participle verb. It is become a phrase. Our teacher looks tired. She must have been up late last night. This guy takes a more all-inclusive approach for the term verb phrases. In a situation in which we are analyzing everything that is belong to a certain verb, it is also a note. It will be referred to as a verb phrase. Likewise, when we are describing the use of auxiliary verbs to create different verb tenses or modal constructions, the overall verb that is constructed may also be called a verb phrase. Now, adjective phrases. An adjective phrase is made up of an adjective along with any determiners, modifiers, or adjective complements that modify or complete the adjective's meaning. The entire phrase functions as an adjective in a sentence, modifying a noun. Adjective phrase examples: my favorite, determiner my plus adjective favorite. Okay, these both words made a adjective phrase. How the how they appear in a sentence. I brought my favorite jacket to school. Okay, wonderfully talented. No adverb wonderfully plus adjective talented. The singer was wonderfully talented. Alone in the world. Adjective alone plus adjective complement in the world. She felt alone in the world. Now you can see these are the examples of adjective phrases. Adverbial phrases. No adverbial phrases. An adverbial phrase may consist of an adverb plus any determiner and supplement information, or an adverb plus an adverb of degree, or an adverbial prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrases are so often adverbial that they are commonly included in definitions of adverbial phrases. Adverbial phrase examples: once a week. Adverb once plus noun phrase a week. Now how they appear in a sentence. My dad swims once a week. Now tow quickly. Intensify tow plus adverb quickly. Don't run, tow quickly. Down the street. Adverbial prepositional phrase. Down the street. We walked down the street. Now above example. Don't run, tow quickly. To quickly. Quickly is a adverb. Prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrases consist of a preposition and its object. They most commonly function as adverbs, but they can also be adjectival. Prepositional phrase examples: on the wall, preposition on plus object the wall. How they appear in a sentence: we hung the painting on the wall. It is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Because of preposition on plus the adverb mean the wall is an adverb of on. In the driveway, preposition in plus object the driveway. The car in the driveway is my dad's. Adjectival prepositional phrase. No, the next kind is gerund phrases. Gerund phrase is formed when a gerund, the ing form of a verb used as a noun, is accompanied by any modifiers and/or objects. The entire phrase functions as a noun, meaning it can be the subject of a clause or an object of a verb or preposition. Gerund phrase examples: swimming, swimming, swimming every day. Gerund swimming plus adverbial phrase every day. Swimming every day is good for your health. Reading books in the dark. Gerund reading plus object books adverbial prepositional phrase in the dark. I would not recommend reading books in the dark. Infinitive phrases. No, infinitive phrases are composed of the infinitive of a verb, the base form plus the particle to, along with any objects or modifiers associated with it. Infinitives and infinitive phrases can function as nouns, adjectives, or adverbs in a sentence. No infinitive phrase examples: to help one another. Infinitive to help plus object one another. We must all try to help one another functions as a noun, the direct object of try. To stop for today. Infinitive to stop plus adverbial prepositional phrase for today. This is a good place to stop for today. Functions as an adjective modifying the noun place. To send my brother a letter. Infinitive to send plus indirect object my brother plus direct object a letter. I am going to the post office to send my brother a letter. Functions as adverb modifying the going. No, the another kind is participle phrases. Like gerunds and infinitives, participles are formed from verbs. So, participle phrases are created when participles are accompanied by any modifier or objects. Past and present participles without modifiers or objects can be used to create different verb tenses, but they can also function as adjectives. Participle phrases, however, can only function as adjectives in a sentence. Participle phrase examples: destroyed in the accident. The past participle destroyed plus adverbial prepositional phrase in the accident. My car destroyed in the accident. was taken away by the tow truck. Adverbial phrase, prepositional phrase in the accident. Breaking the rules. Present participle. Breaking plus object the rules. Participants breaking the rules will be removed from the competition. No phrases within phrases. As you might have noticed in the examples above, there are many instances in which one type of phrase has one or more other phrases within it. Take the following sentence for example. The bright orange cat lives in the shed in the garden. There are actually 7 phrases in this sentence. The two primary phrases are the noun phrase, the bright orange cat, the subject, and the verb phrase lives in the shed in the garden. The predicate and each of these phrases contains one or more smaller phrases. Let us look a breakdown below. Contains the noun phrase. The bright orange cat contains verb phrase. Lives in the shed in the garden. Contains the adjective phrase. The bright orange modifies the noun cat. Contains the adverbial prepositional phrase. In the shed in the garden modifies the verb lives. No. Contains the noun phrase. The shed in the garden, object of the preposition in. Contains the adjectival preposition phrase. In the garden modifies the noun shed. Contains the noun phrase. The garden, object of the second preposition in. When we are trying to examine all the parts of an individual sentence, it is important to recognize when one part is or might be made up of several other smaller elements. No absolute phrases and appositive phrases. There are two other types of phrases that we have not looked at yet: absolute phrases and appositive phrases. These are created from specific parts of speech and have specific functions in a sentence. We will briefly look at below. You can continue on their individual sections to learn more. Absolute phrases. An absolute phrase or absolute construction is a grammatically independent group of words that modify or add information to the entire sentence. It is usually made up of a noun or pronoun and a participle, along with any modifiers or objects of the participle. Absolute phrases usually appear at the beginning or end of a sentence to add descriptive information or provide a final comment on the sentence as a whole. They can also appear in the middle of the sentence to emphasize the additional information. They are always set apart from the rest of the sentence by commas or dashes. For example, the students having left early, I decided to catch up on some grading. I hope to get into Harvard next year, going willing. The teacher, her students having left early, decided to catch up on some grading. Appositive phrases. An appositive phrase is a noun phrase that serves to describe or rename another noun that appears directly before it in a sentence. Appositive phrases are usually, but not always, non-descriptive, meaning they provide information that is not essential to the meaning of the sentence. and are separated from the rest of the sentence by one or two commas. For example, the office, an old Georgian building, badly needed repairs. Janet Smith, a former student of mine, is joining the faculty next spring. Just meet me at my car, the old station wagon parked across the street. Other appositives. Note that an appositive can also be a proper noun that names or identifies a common noun. An appositive made up of a proper noun that contains more than one word is not considered an appositive phrase, but rather a single noun construction. For example, my brother Michael lives in New York. America's first president George Washington was born in the colony of Virginia.